Hello everyone and welcome to the fourth episode for the game Mass Effect Andromeda. In this episode I decided to take a look through my inventory and read some of the Codex text or listen to it if it's recorded by someone. Let's see. Here we have lots of stuff to study. All the exclamation marks means there's something new to look at, and this might take plenty of time to check. So let's read through each category carefully. The first one in the weapons section: pistols, a mixture of hand cannons and submachine guns, also known as SMGs. Pistols are generally the lightest weapons on the battlefield. This lightweight allows more frequent use of powers. Single-shot pistols tend to be more effective against armor than SMGs, but require careful aim. And here's what we have: the M3 Predator and a Charger. I think I've got this Charger from when we still were on the Habitat 7 from the shuttle. Initially I thought it was some kind of upgrade for this pistol, but it's actually something different. On the right we have the stats, and the Charger actually seems to be better. We can compare. Yeah, it gives bonuses but also some disadvantages. It has less damage, worse accuracy, and more weight. And that probably means that our abilities will recharge a bit longer than usual. Let's turn this off. And we can also deconstruct. I wonder what that will do. Here we have the details for this Charger 1. This sturdy submachine gun is standard issue inside the Andromeda Initiative security forces. The Initiative commissioned the automatic Charger from Elanus Risk Control Services. The company heavily customized one of their existing weapons to meet Initiative needs. Okay, and for the Predator, M3 Predator 1, common pistol. A reliable semi-automatic pistol originally manufactured by Elanus Risk Control. The rapid-fire Predator is a deadly and inexpensive weapon. Although Milky Way militaries generally avoided using the Predator, the Andromeda Initiative obtained and adjusted several hundred of them. Okay. So we're done with these pistols. It seems like I have an assault rifle. Oh yeah, that's right. M8 Avenger 1, common assault rifle. A common and versatile assault rifle. The M8 Avenger's modular design and inexpensive components made it a favorite of military groups and mercenaries in the Milky Way. Many Avengers were acquired for Andromeda Initiative security forces. The sturdy rifle has a reputation for being reliable and easy to use. Good. And melee. Omniblade. Omniblade 1, common melee weapon. This disposable silicon carbide weapon can be forged by an Omni Tools fabricator. The transparent Omniblade is suspended in a Mass Effect field safely away from the user's skin, and warning lights illuminate the field so the searing blade only burns the intended enemy. 275 melee damage. Pistol mods. So this is actually some modification that I can apply to my pistol. Pistol Receiver 1 Uncommon Weapon mod. Capacitor boosts kinetic coil generators, increasing shot penetration through solid objects. I wonder how do I equip it on anything, or maybe this should be used during fights, most likely so. Assault Rifle mods, AR Stock 1, Common Weapon mod, distributes recoil with sliding system of counterweights compatible with kinetic coil generators, reduces weapon kickback, plus 43 assault rifle stability. So I guess these mods can be applied and used during fights, during combat. Shotgun melee optimizer. Integrated VI improves synergy between a melee weapon and firearm computer systems, allowing increased melee damage. 8% melee damage. Good, and sniper rifle mods. Now I'd like to have a sniper rifle. SR Barrel 1 Rare Weapon mod. Enhances a weapon's barrel, creating greater gunfire velocity on and impact, plus 9% sniper rifle damage. And SR Receiver. Uncommon Weapon mod. Capacitor boosts kinetic coil generators, increasing shot penetration through solid objects. Plus 48 sniper rifle penetration damage. Okay. So I can have 5 types of weapons and 4 types of mods. As far as I can see here. I have 2 pistols, 1 assault rifle, 0 shotguns and 0 snipers. Let's also read this description on the right hand side. I haven't done so on the assault rifles. Assault rifles are best for mid-range combat with a balance of fire rate, accuracy and stopping power. They generally carry a greater ammo capacity than other weapon classes. On shotguns. Ideal for combat at close range, most shotguns fire a deadly blast in a wide cone, but are ineffective over longer distances. Sniper rifles. Designed for long-range engagements, sniper rifles are generally the hardest hitting and most precise weapons available. The sniper rifle's power comes at the cost of ammo capacity and reload rate. Sniper rifles are effective against armored foes. Melee. Melee weapons are wielded in close quarters combat. Typically, they are most effective against unarmored and unshielded foes. Pistol mods. Mods can be equipped on weapons to improve their performance in various ways. Advanced mods can further specialize weapons, increasing certain stats at the cost of others. Only one mod of a certain type, barrel, scope, etc. can be equipped on a weapon at the same time. So perhaps this still can be equipped. But how do we do that? There is no such option here to equip it on a specific weapon. I'll have to try that during combat. For now I can only destroy it. Assault rifle mods. Mods can be equipped on weapons to improve their performance. That's the same, right? Yeah, we have the same description for mods for each type of weapon. So let's get to armor. We can have 5 types of armor: helmet, arms, chest, legs, and fusion mods. On helmet. Helmets help protect the wearer from hazardous environments and the dangers of combat. You can visually hide your helmet but retains its gameplay benefits in the gameplay settings menu. Okay, I get it, but I think we should leave the helmets activated. Otherwise it would look a bit stupid to survive the environments without a helmet while having the helmet's benefit. And so far I have only one helmet, Initiative Helmet 1. Common Helmet, Standard Issue, Andromeda, Initiative Hardsuits are designed for exploration as much as combat. Combining jump jets, high-grade external and internal sensors, and a variety of atmospheric filters with the usual kinetic barrier, generators and ceramic armor plating. Personnel equipped in these suits can enter and leave alien biomes without fear of contamination or hostile wildlife. Arms. Arm and hand armor help protect the wearer from hazardous environments and the dangers of combat. And I have one standard armor here, Initiative Armor 1. I think this was the same on the helmet, right? Yeah, Initiative Helmet. So it's like a costume with this type of armor. Initiative Armor 1, Common Arms. Standard Issue Andromeda Initiative Hardsuits are designed for exploration as much as combat. So we have the same description also for this. Now we also have a stat here, plus 2% encounter XP increase, experience increase. Yeah, it's the same description for each of them. And on fusion mods category, fusion mods are barely understood bits of remnant tech which can be integrated into Rider's combat armor. While they provide dramatic benefits, this often comes at a cost. Okay, we are done here, and here we have the consumables. So these actually can be consumed during combat, while mods have to be equipped on the weapons. That's how it works. So far it seems that I do not have any weapons available to equip these mods on. Otherwise I would have an option to do that, I believe. Yeah, there is no such option to equip on a weapon any of these mods, so perhaps we'll be able to do that in the future. Otherwise I'll just have to sell those. So here we have cryo ammo. Common consumable, shots slow enemies and deal moderate bonus damage to armor. Lasts for the next 3 clips of the currently equipped gun. Incendiary ammo. Shots burn enemies and deal large bonus damage to armor. And shield capacitors. Boosts maximum shields or restores current shielding to the new maximum. The boost lasts until shields are broken. Good. Let's get back into inventory. and get to the research. Armor blueprints. Blueprints. Combat armor offers protection against attacks and hazardous environments, just like on those we had read before. And here we have different type of armor. Or maybe not. No, it's the same. We just can see the some more detailed stats about each of these armor types. Otherwise, the description is the same. We only have the requirements and augmentation slots. Yeah, as you can see, it's the same description. Initiative helmet. Let's have a look at each of them. Now that's something I haven't read. Maverick Skirmisher Arms 1. Rare blueprint. And again, can I equip this? I don't think so. There's nothing elegant about this patchwork hardsuit. It mixes various materials and technology from the Helios cluster, and its microframe computer runs a jumble of barely linked programs. Despite this, or because of it, the armor is highly effective in combat, with targeting and thermal distribution systems second to none. So this is actually the research I have done with my scanner. All the stuff that I've scanned gave me this information here in the research tab. And this armor was probably equipped by those hostile aliens we have fought before. Maverick Skirmisher chest. Same description. And then we have the stats. Or wait, did those aliens have such type of equipment? I'm not so sure. Perhaps this is something we would be able to equip in the future. I am confused. Pathfinder arms again. This is probably the armor that was on Alec Ryder, that unfortunately died in the previous episode. He sacrificed his life in order to save my life, Scott's life. Okay, so here we have different description on the Pathfinder type of armor. Pathfinder hardsuits are heavily modified from the Initiative suit baseline, foregoing certain scientific instruments in favor of added combat capability. The role of a Pathfinder includes threat neutralization and improved stabilizers and targeting controls help ensure they can protect his or her team. And here we have the same description for all this. And we are done here in the research tab. Or actually not only on the armor blueprints. We also have weapon blueprints, 17 of them. Weapons include 4 classes of guns and additional melee weapons for close quarters combat. And here we have the Avenger assault rifle that is currently equipped by me, I believe. We can view the details. Yeah, I have this one equipped at the moment, and I have read this description previously. Biotic amplifier. Now that's something I haven't seen before. It's probably also something on our suits. Uncommon blueprint, a specialized bioamp, originally manufactured by the Milky Way's Aldrin Labs, allows a user to essentially wrap a Mass Effect field around their fist and strike an opponent with enormous, often staggering force. 275 melee damage. Carnifex Pistol 1. Do I have this? Looks similar. So let's take a look. No, I do not have that pistol. A heavy semi-automatic pistol, the powerful Carnifex was the preferred choice of Milky Way mercenaries. An expensive weapon, its marketing materials featured a charging Krogan alongside the tagline, "Don't you wish Carnifex was at your side?" And here we have Disciple Shotgun. Uncommon blueprint. A relatively lightweight shotgun originally built in the Milky Way for Asari, Justicares and Commandos. The semi-automatic Disciple uses shells packed with micro-scale submunitions to inflict serious damage. The Initiative have only a small number of Disciples due to the Asari's unwillingness to freely share their design. Looks amazing. We can also rotate stuff. Good design. So this thing can be equipped on arms, I guess. Or maybe not. Okay, the next we have Incisor Sniper Rifle. Uncommon blueprint capable of 3-shot bursts. The Incisor was part of a new wave of Milky Way sniper rifles designed to overload a foe's defenses. It was advertised as having negligible recoil, though the second and third rounds frequently climb in combat conditions, distributing damage along a vertical line. Yeah, the weapon design in this game is very good. I cannot tell much about the previous Mass Effect games since I have only played Mass Effect 1 previously and I have not completed the campaign for Mass Effect 1. My PC was pretty slow back when I started to record the playthrough, so I decided to leave it for later. I will record Mass Effect Trilogy once I finish the campaign in this one. Here we have the Katana shotgun. Looks scary and powerful. Now that's a common blueprint. The M23 Katana was a popular shotgun among Milky Way soldiers, criminals and civilians. It was manufactured by Ariake Technologies, an Earth-based company eager to do business with the Andromeda Initiative. M3 Predator pistol. This is what I have at the moment. I have read this. Again, very cool design on this one. Medtalk assault rifle. Was this equipped on the aliens? Or maybe not. The M96 Medtalk's increased power is favored by marksmen looking to bring down hardened targets. So probably not. If we have so much information about a specific weapon and even its name, it's probably something that was either used in the previous games by any races or even humans, or something that Scott have learned in his trainings. Its lack of an automatic setting was originally advertised as a feature rather than a shortcoming, as it curbs a user's tendency to spray inaccurate fire under stress. Omniblade. I have this one. Some kind of high-tech, infiltrated, cloaked, invisible stuff. A weapon equipped to probably to the arm, most likely, but I wonder if it comes as a mod for the armor, just like we can have mods on weapons. This probably is a modification for the armor. Pathfinder Deep Impact. A rare blueprint. This shotgun feeds data directly to a Pathfinder SAM, allowing adjustments to weapons balance, recoil and hit build-up. During development, the Deep Impact sonic signature was reconfigured multiple times to find the noise most likely to intimidate alien wildlife. Pathfinder Observer 1. Another sniper rifle. This semi-automatic sniper rifle feeds data directly to a Pathfinder SAM, allowing adjustments to the weapon's balance, recoil and hit build-up. The observer records all scope data, even beyond the visual spectrum. It is a scientific tool as much as a deadly weapon. Pathfinder Pioneer. So these weapons probably used by the Pathfinders. Another rare blueprint. The Pioneer feeds data directly to a Pathfinder SAM, so we have the same initial description. The first Pathfinder weapon was developed by Andromeda Initiative scientists to serve as a virtual extension of its user's body. Pathfinder Ranger. This submachine gun feeds data directly to a Pathfinder SAM. The same description here. The Ranger was subjected to intense weather conditions in an effort to damage its mechanisms. In dangerous environments, Pathfinders must have reliable tools. Phalanx Pistol 1. Uncommon blueprint. In the Milky Way, the M5 Phalanx was the product of the Alliance's offensive handgun project. It is an accurate close-quarters weapon with minimal recoil and solid stopping power. The versions purchased by the Andromeda Initiative were intended for civilian use, but are modified for more robust applications. And here we have a Raptor sniper rifle. Oh, this one looks very high-tech. Looks special, a bit different from the other ones. Uncommon blueprint, an automatic sniper rifle derived from a similar Turian weapon. Turian technology, or maybe just Turian design. The Raptor isn't especially accurate, but combines some of the best traits of a sniper weapon and an assault rifle. The Raptor was controversial among Initiative security personnel who argued the weapon had no place in the Initiative's mission of exploration. A small number were still stocked, I'm sorry. Cool weapon. A Viper sniper rifle. I've seen this one on Hyperion when we prepared to get out to Habitat 7. Viper sniper rifle 1. The Viper is a rapid-fire rifle popular with military snipers who appreciated a long-range gun that could snap off multiple shots in a short period. Rosenkov Materials sold a considerable number of Vipers to the Initiative at a discount in return for undisclosed favors from Initiative founder Gene Garrison. Rosenkov, this sounds a bit like some kind of a Russian company. A Widow sniper rifle. Oh, this one looks like it should have some super high damage. Uncommon blueprint, a heavy and formidable single-shot sniper rifle originally designed for use against armored vehicles. So yeah, it's indeed special. A sniper to be used against vehicles. Maybe robots. The Widows acquired by the Andromeda Initiative have been modified for additional portability. The original model was nearly unusable by organic life forms. So slowly we have read through the entire research we had in the inventory. We'll also encounter Nomad blueprints. Paint jobs and upgrades allow the Nomad to be customized and enhanced to suit the driver's needs. This is some kind of machine used to explore the planets here in Andromeda. Can't wait to drive it. And special items. These blueprints enable development of items critical for your mission. Perfect. And on resources, what do we have here? We have minerals, tech materials, biomaterials, salvage, augmentations, and special items. Raw minerals are the most common materials used in research and development. They can be discovered in space, purchased from merchants, or even picked up on foot in small amounts. But the best way to acquire minerals is with the Nomad's mining system. When exploring a planet, establish forward stations to detect major mineral deposits. And here we have 5 types of minerals that I have found so far on Habitat 7. Copper, common material. Copper is a noble metal with high conductivity that makes it useful for a variety of purposes. Copper can be detected via orbital scan and mined with the Nomad. It can also be purchased from certain merchants. Element 0, now that's interesting stuff. Looks very unique. Ultra rare material. Electrically stimulated element 0 creates mass effect fields. It is the basis of much modern technology, including faster than light travel. Now that's good to know. This is very important stuff to understand how the things work in this world of Mass Effect. Element 0 can be detected via orbital scan, mined with the Nomad, and discovered in small amounts on foot. It can also be purchased from certain merchants. Platinum. Platinum is a malleable, noble metal with multiple catalytic applications. It's also a rare material. It also possesses a degree of cultural cachet among humans. And the acquisition, here we have the same, basically the same description on acquisition for all the minerals. Titanium, rare mineral, rare material. This extremely strong transition metal is vital for manufacturing starship components and other equipment. So the starships are made out of titanium, the metal. Vanadium, another rare material. This rare metal can be used to produce various construction alloys. And here we have the tech materials. Technological materials are found among the various sapient species of Andromeda. Omnigel canister. I have 63 of these, and I can't wait to know what are these for. This is a common material, a semi-molten mixture of alloys and synthetic polymers used in Milky Way technology for rapid fabrication. Omnigel canisters are often found on defeated Milky Way exiles or acquired by dismantling exile weapons and armor. They can also be purchased from certain merchants. And here we have salvage. These items have no practical use for a rider in the field, but can be sold to merchants for a tidy profit. And there's plenty of them here. And my dog making some noise outside. Sometimes it can be very loud. And here we have algorithm fragment scan. Sell at a merchant for credits. Not no specific description for this. Bioelectric restraints. Also no description, low value. This is high value, this is low value, so I guess we just can sell this. Classification circuit. Coolant cells. Exogeny M spec magnets. Cat sealant. Nitrate infuser. So all kind of stuff that can be sold, nothing else. Nothing important, I guess. Shield focusing module. Sprouted seed vial. Universal semiconductor. So we'll keep this and sell this stuff later. And we are done with studying our inventory. No exclamation mark here anymore. This is the map. We'll take a look at it probably in the next episode. And this is our journal. Priority operations, Nexus reunion. The Hyperion has docked with the Nexus, the support hub for Andromeda initiative teams. Locate Nexus personnel. That's what I have to do now. We have plenty of information here to read in the journal. So let's go... actually not that much. Let's read it. No additional tasks for now. These goals may not be essential to the initiative's survival, but every little bit helps. Helios assignments. Many groups and individuals across the Helios cluster have asked for the Pathfinder's help. Allies and relationships. These are missions of personal importance to the Pathfinder and the Tempest's crew. Loyalty missions are included in this category. So far we only have one priority operation. And here we have the completed missions. The prologue, Hyperion. We have done all that. On the planet side we completed plenty of quests, including optional. I hope I haven't missed too much. So we are done with the journal. And here we have the Codex, where the interesting stuff can be learned about. And in the journey so far, as you explore Andromeda, the allies, enemies and choices you make will have a significant impact on the future of Helios and those who call the cluster home. And we have here finding a home and rider. The Helios cluster is nothing like the initiative expected. The Pathfinder faces a terrible dangers and unimaginable wonders in the search for a safe place to call home. Crisis on Habitat 7. During your trial by fire on Habitat 7, you tried to initiate peaceful first contact with the aliens you met despite their hostility. Explored an alien laboratory, found a cave full of plant life that survived from the planet's golden world era. Rescued Greer from his captors. Expressed doubts about accepting the role of Pathfinder. So everything that happened to me, we can later read in the journal, in this the journey so far. So if I forget things, I can remember them by reading them here. The most important things are written. The ties that bind. Though you mourn the loss of your father Alec, you were never as close as you could have been. Okay. And the Andromeda initiative. The initiative was built by the efforts of thousands who devoted years of time and countless resources to reach the Andromeda galaxy. These are the people, places and organizations that make the Pathfinder's mission possible. And we have the known associates, the initiative and the Pathfinders. Dossiers on Pathfinder riders, friends, allies and contacts across the Helios cluster. And we have so many of them. Sarah Ryder. Born your elder twin on the Citadel space station in 2163. Sarah grew up surrounded by a multitude of alien species, cultures and histories. In her orientation interviews, she claims This sparked her fascination with science. With informal training aided by Alec Ryder's N7 background, Sarah joined the Systems Alliance military, which was continuing its search for Prothean technology after successful discoveries on Mars. Initially assigned to peacekeeping duties, Sarah was approached to serve a support role for these Prothean researchers. She often describes the thrill of serving with scientists like Matheus Silva on the brink of the next great discovery. When Alec Ryder was dishonorably discharged due to his AI research, internal memos show that this also effectively ended Sarah's career, but Andromeda presented the kind of scientific frontiers she had sought all her life. On arrival in Andromeda, Sarah's cryopod was damaged and her revival process interrupted. Dr. Lexit Perro advised keeping her in a medically induced coma to allow her to awaken naturally. And here we have Sam. Couldn't wait to read about this AI. Officially designated as a simulated adaptive matrix. So this is the long name for Sam, simulated adaptive matrix. I am an artificial intelligence that acts as a coordinating element between Pathfinder Alec Ryder and the rest of his team. My quantum processing power is used to conduct on-the-spot scans of alien worlds, assist in scientific study or tactical situations, and monitor the team's weapons and equipment. I am physically located on Arc Hyperion in secure server banks collectively known as SAM node. While my primary connection is to Alec Ryder, via a neural implant, I effectively serve as a mission computer for all team members during Pathfinder operations. I also collate and analyze data from numerous sources and compile it for later study. I am tasked with authoring and updating the Pathfinder team Codex based on available information and discoveries as they are made. So now Sam is no longer connected with Alec. Instead, he is connected with Scott Ryder. And here we have Alec Ryder. A very cool suit. Born on Earth in 2129, Alec Ryder says his love of new frontiers was fostered by a childhood in the Sierra Nevadas. According to his service record, he joined the Alliance military and was eventually assigned to John Grissom's historic expedition through the Charon Relay. His experience made him a candidate for what would later be known as N7 training back on Earth, where he met Dr. Alan Harlow. After their marriage, Alec continued military service, most notably on Shanxi in the First Contact War against the Turians. Assigned as a military attaché to the Citadel in the late 2160s, Alec became interested in artificial intelligence as a means of human advancement. His pursuits of this illegal technology led to a dishonorable discharge from the Alliance military. Contacted by the Andromeda Initiative, Alec found a sponsor to help complete his work. I am the product of that research, assisting not only the initiative but Alec's new role as a Pathfinder. Soon after our arrival in Andromeda in 2819, Alec Ryder died during operations on Habitat 7. So all this information is offered to us by Sam, as we can clearly see, speaking from the first person. Simulated matrix, simulated adaptive matrix. All the information in the Codex offered by this matrix. And it also is being updated as the progress is being made in the game. Here we have Cora Harper. Lieutenant Cora Harper, service number 6002 AC 1762. Is a human biotic and formerly an officer in the Systems Alliance military. Her screening interviews state she was raised in poverty and on an independent cargo freighter, joining the Alliance at 18 to obtain training for her powerful biotic abilities. However, Cora claims her superiors saw her talents as a liability, supported by test scores showing her abilities spike at abnormally high levels. She was transferred via the Citadel Council's Valkyrie program, a subset of their interspecies military integration plan, and placed with the Asari Commando Unit Talane's Daughters. Though the activities of Asari huntresses are typically sealed for 5,000 years, Cora has freely shared her experience on the record. Peacekeeping, counterterrorism, and hunting fugitives. When she left Talane's Daughters for the Andromeda initiative, no reason is recorded. Cora's huntress training and biotic capability made her a candidate for Alec Ryder's second-in-command, and if warranted, his successor as Pathfinder. Yeah, but Alec made me the Pathfinder, not Cora, which is quite strange, and I'm not sure why. Probably just because Scott was his son. I have no idea. And here we have Liam Costa. Liam Costa is a human security and crisis response specialist with civilian tactical training. His screening interview states that he was born on Earth, but his parents specialized in interplanetary policy law, and the family moved frequently. Their primary residence was split between London and the Citadel. Liam entered university for engineering, but left to train for law enforcement. Though initially driven, he was only briefly stationed as a police officer, and described leaving as a necessary move for all concerned. He transitioned to the multi-species effort of heavy urban search and crisis response. If Liam was disillusioned in law enforcement, service records show that was not mirrored in crisis response. The human contingent, Heavy Urban Search, Terrain 1, reported that Liam performed exceptionally in all conditions. Liam says that this is when he learned of the Andromeda initiative, after meeting former Alliance personnel at a post-hostility relief action. His multidisciplinary skills set him apart, and Liam was handpicked by Alec Ryder to support the Pathfinder team. And here we have Dr. Alan Ryder. Alan Ryder, formerly Harlow, was a pioneering designer of biotic implants. In the 2150s, she was a leading biomedical and cybernetic researcher at UFRG in Rio de Janeiro. When human biotics began to emerge as a scientific field, Alan found found possible applications for her work in a neuro-integrated wetware. Her early designs for biotic implants formed the framework for later L2 and L3 models. Alan met Alec Ryder when he was posted to Rio for ICT N7 training before the First Contact War. She eventually joined Alec on the Citadel when he was posted there as a military attaché and gave birth to fraternal twins on the station in 2163. Unfortunately, Element 0, the catalyst for biotic mutations, is a hazardous material, poorly understood in the early years of human biotics. After repeat accidental exposures, Alan eventually developed a terminal neurodegenerative disorder, later known as AEND. In her final years, Alan Ryder built what would later become the Pathfinder implants, designed to sync with the AI partner Alec Ryder was developing. Alan died before my creation was fully realized. So much information. And here we have the initiative, history, organization, and persons of note in the Andromeda initiative. And there's plenty of stuff again to read, and I will go through all of this. I will read about the Andromeda initiative and probably finish the episode, read all this stuff. Here we have the very description for the Andromeda initiative, a brainchild of the visionary billionaire Gene Garrison. The Andromeda initiative was conceived as Garrison's personal dream and a desire to prove humanity's capabilities beyond the military power demonstrated in the First Contact War. Garrison officially began planning the initiative in 2172, announcing her ambitious goal of launching a pioneering colonization effort to Andromeda within 20 years. Very ambitious stuff. Internal reports show that the struggles that the early initiative faced. However, Gene Garrison's personal stake and enthusiasm sustained the initiative until the early 2118s, when, after a sudden influx of investment and a new marketing strategy, interest in the initiative grew afresh. Construction of the arcs was completed rapidly thereafter, and the Andromeda initiative officially launched in 2185. The initiative's mission statement is to bridge Andromeda and the Milky Way, create a sustainable, inclusive civilization, and push scientific development forward by centuries. In official literature, Gene Garrison characterizes the initiatives as continuing the search for humanity's next horizon. Very interesting stories. It would be amazing if Sam could have read all this text for us. Andromeda Initiative Golden Worlds. Golden Worlds are planets in Andromeda's Helios cluster that are either the strongest possible candidates for settlement or whose resources could bolster the initiative's chances at long-term survival. Based on survey data and long-term projections, some are believed to be garden worlds, capable of supporting life, Others are mineral treasure troves that could supply fledgling colonies with vital resources. These worlds were designated Habitats 1-7. While not generally used in planetary surveying, the term Golden Worlds was coined by the Andromeda Initiative's marketing team and has stuck ever since. The initiative's early settlement strategy revolves around these golden worlds. The arcs cannot sustain a population in stasis indefinitely, and the Nexus requires vast quantities of refined ore, helium-3, water ice, and element 0. On the ground, Pathfinder surveys are essential to confirming quickly that the golden worlds are suitable for outposts. And the glossary of terms. A brief refresher of terms used in Andromeda Initiative literature. And there's plenty of them. So let's read through all these terms. Ammunition block, a solid block of metal loaded into a gun. Sand-sized particles are sheared off by the gun's targeting mechanism and then fired as projectiles, allowing a single block to give ammunition for multiple combat encounters. Citadel, a massive ancient space station in the Milky Way that acted as the political and cultural center of the galaxy. Buoy, a communications buoy that relays data through corridors of mass-free space. Now that was hard to spell. Extranet, a publicly accessible information network across the Milky Way, akin to a planetary internet on a galactic scale. Such a network is slowly being developed in Andromeda while communications are established. Hardsuit, an exploration combat suit usually armored with titanium or ceramic plating and equipped with kinetic barriers to protect against hostile fire and environmental hazards. Heatsink, also known as a thermal clip, a detachable coolant-filled sink used to prevent weapons from overheating. They must be ejected and replaced regularly during firefights. Flash forging, immediate manufacture of a usually short-lived object from raw materials using an Omni tool or other fabrication device. Omni blades are typically flash forged. FTL, faster than light travel. Kinetic barrier, also known as a shield, used to repel fast-moving projectiles, hence kinetic, but does not defend against melee attacks. High-gravity kinetic barriers protect starships from debris. Mass accelerator, a railgun that lowers the mass of a projectile and then hurls it at relativistic speeds. Sufficient acceleration allows even tiny projectiles to impact with tremendous force. Mass relay, a network of mass transit facilities across the Milky Way, used to immediately transport starships hundreds of light years. No such network exists in Andromeda. Medigel, a sterile medicinal salve that bonds to flesh, immediately sealing injuries against bleeding or infection. It can be removed with a small ultrasound pulse. Manufacturing, small-scale manufacturing of 3D objects, often on the battlefield or for emergency repairs. Omnigel, a compound of alloys, ceramic, and other materials suspended in a semi-molten state. used with an Omni tool to build small 3D objects almost instantly. OSD, optical storage disk, can contain data or the blueprints and programming used in manufacturing. QEC, quantum entanglement communication, instantaneous communication with a communication using two particles that are linked at a quantum level. Now that was very helpful. Helps a lot at understanding things during the playthrough. Just we'll have to read through them a couple more times to remember them. Especially for the terms like this, OSD and QEC, that do not have the full name. Andromeda Initiative, Jane Garrison. This is the founder. Founder of the Andromeda Initiative, Garrison was one of humanity's wealthiest and most eccentric entrepreneurs in the Milky Way. Her business interests were wide-ranging, as she made her fortune from investments in a myriad of technology-related fields. Always a maverick, it was her vision of traveling to a new galaxy that set the Andromeda Initiative in motion. Ignoring skeptics and naysayers, Garrison spent vast sums of money building or acquiring the necessary technology and ships to make the long voyage possible. It was a private venture, entirely funded by Garrison so as to remain free from any government oversight. In 2185, Garrison began the long journey to Andromeda aboard the support hub Nexus. In a speech given on the eve departure, she remarked on the collective knowledge and history represented by the arcs. We carry all these things like the honed tools of an artist to our great empty canvas. To Andromeda we go to paint our masterpiece. Garrison is slated to serve as the overall leader of the initiative upon arrival. Andromeda Initiative launch. Intergalactic travel was the topic of extranet discussion in the Milky Way for centuries. Several Asari or Salarian-led expeditions were proposed over the years, but petered out due to lack of interest, insufficient funds, or engineering hurdles. The Andromeda Initiative's use of AI like myself allowed many of the technical problems to be solved, but invited disapproval from the Turian hierarchy and the System Alliance. Building a fleet of dreadnought-sized arcs with private funding required delicate negotiations with the Citadel Council and the advanced technology essential to survival in Andromeda was often acquired by unorthodox means. Official initiative records show the Nexus departed first in 2185, escorted by a small squadron of fighters for protection, followed by 4 arcs that comprised the initial launch wave. Additional vessels were in development, including a Quarian-led ship accommodating multiple species, but construction was slow due to their diverse requirements and the second launch wave was delayed. Initiative observers remain optimistic. And finally we have here the Pathfinders, details on the missions and personal files of all Initiative Pathfinders. And we only have the role of a pathfinder here. Pathfinders are the tip of the spear for exploring new worlds. While planetary surveying is typically a long-term, multiple-team process, the initiative found an alternative thanks to Alec Ryder's AI research, an individual equipped with the best training and technology available, and an AI partner that can run complex studies in seconds and 100 test simulations a minute. With AI support, Pathfinders can determine within hours whether a planet is suitable for habitation and direct the Nexus as to what colonist block stands the best chance there. Pathfinders are trained to improve the viability of potential planets, initiate first contact with unknown species, find suitable outpost sites, and handle any external threats before the first colonist touches soil. The presence of a Pathfinder is a reassurance that a planet can be settled safely and with a high expectation of success. Very good. Now we'll read through the Codex in the other episodes. We still have to read about all these things here: arc species, Andromeda species, planets and locations, technology, and ships and vehicles. For now, I think this information that I've gone through is more than enough. There is no need to overload us with information that we'll forget right away. Here we have the stats screen for our team. Seems like we've leveled up once more. Or actually it is the same level up that we've gained. But it was not saved for some reason. So let's assign the skill points. Yeah, it is absolutely the same. Let's go here to the rank 2. And also get the combat fitness. I have read through all this previously. Confirm. The points were assigned automatically for Cora and Liam. Three points were invested in their skills. What is this? Nothing available here. But I wonder what this exclamation mark actually... What kind of information will be available here? I am not sure yet. So now, as I've said, let me take a look at this map and play until the next checkpoint where the game will get saved. So let's take a look around here on this Nexus. Come on, can you jump over this? There is no going there. And I see a screen. With pretty good images. So let's get here. Oh, this is just leading us back to the tram. Anything here? Oh, here we have a container. Open it. And this is a weapon, right? Disciple 1 that we've read about previously. So let's equip it right away. We still do not have these slots, they are locked. So I will equip it here. Replace it. I believe it might be a better weapon. It is impossible to save the game right now. It's only because we are in a mission. It's only possible to save it after completing a certain mission, if I understood it correctly. Or save it manually if you're not in a quest, not on a mission.
There's a guy. Maybe he's got champagne.
Where?
Let's talk to that worker.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Why don't we just ask that guy?
Construction worker.
Hi there. We're from Ark Hyperion, and wondering where everybody went.
Did he hear you?
Did you say an Ark?
He seems surprised.
Yeah, we just got in.
And for what it's worth, your VI over there could use an update.
But we thought you were all dead.
What?
Or captured, or lost in dark space, or... But you're here. You have no idea how much this means.
I don't believe it. I'm Tyrion Kandros. I lead our militia on the Nexus.
I'm Scott Ryder. This is Cora Harper and Liam Costa, part of the Pathfinder team.
I'm sorry for the confusion. Our sensors told us an Ark had arrived, but Helios is notorious for scrambling equipment. We thought you were just another malfunction.
But aren't you expecting us?
You're the first Ark we've seen. After a year of waiting and no sign of the others, we shuttered this area and stopped looking.
You've been stranded for a whole year?
Longer. I'll fill you in on the way to Op Center. Everything that could go wrong with our plan has. We arrived 14 months ago. Right away, we hit a band of dark energy that knocked us off course.
We're familiar with it.
Then you'll know why we call it the Scourge. We lost whole sections of the station. A lot of people died. No power, no food. The chaos went on for months. It finally led to armed rebellion. When order was restored, the insurgents were banished. Exiles, we call them.
Are things back to normal?
Not even close. But you're here now, so maybe the worst is over.
So here we'll end this episode. At least we've met someone on Hyperion.
Ryder, we should get to the tram. A lot of people will want to see you.
Sure. We'll do that in the next episode. Thank you everyone for watching until the end. Leave your feedback below the videos as
Let's
always.
go. We can't keep everyone waiting.
Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you next time.